Hello students, good morning, good afternoon rather. Welcome to Q&I class. My name is Dr. Meghna Garg and I am biology faculty at Q&I. So students, I have several years of experience in guiding students for various competitive examinations and also making them prepare for their board examinations or for CBSE examinations. So before beginning the class, let me confirm whether am I audible or not. Am I audible? I cannot hear you. Can you unmute yourself or you can simply type it in the chat box? Am I audible, everyone? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kevin, for responding. Thank you so much. So, students, particularly in today's class, what all are we going to study? So, we are going to begin about the fundamental unit of life, the cell. So, we are providing you these bridge classes where you can cover the topics according to the Q&I format, according to the Q&I syllabus, which you've already begun in your regular classes. Okay. So, in today's class, I would request everyone to please refresh or restart thinking on whatever terms I make you think of. Okay, so just take a pause from your regular learning, take a break. And what do you have to all do? You just have to sit back, relax, make important points, whatever I am teaching you in today's class. Okay, so now with this, let's begin the class. So, students, for today's class, what exactly do I want you people to have an idea of? So I want all of you that you must have heard of this term, the cell. How many of you have heard of this term, the cell? Cell? Yes. How many of you have heard of this? Type it in the chat box or unmute yourself. You people must have heard of this cell. Yes, everyone? Type it in the chat box. Okay. So Kevin has already heard of this term cell. Rest all of you. So students, we have to make this session interactive. Okay. So everyone has to respond. Lakshay, Samriddhi, Shubhranshu, Kevin, Samagna, everyone. Okay, so yes, cell is commonly called as the fundamental unit of life, and everyone must have heard of this. Okay, now moving ahead, students, in today's class, what we are going to study, so we are going to talk about that what exactly are living organisms made up of, and also students, I would be teaching you about the discovery of cell. Yes, so that's the first topic which is covered in this particular chapter in your NCRT, which is discovery of cell. Now, from these two particular topics, one question is being asked every year in your examination. So every year you can see that who discovered cell, who coined the term protoplasm, who discovered nucleus, or you can even get a match the following questions. So these questions are very easy to remember, and I'll teach you in a more better manner to, or I'll make you memorize in a more better manner that how you can memorize these examples. Okay. Now, moving ahead, what all are we going to study in today's class? So, students, we are going to talk about the various characteristics of living organisms. Okay. And then we will be talking about the important discoveries which are related to the cell. Okay. Now, observe these following structures. This is a tower, that is a monument, and that is a building. All these three structures which you see from here, they look very different from each other. Yet they have one important similar property. So although they are differing in shape and size from each other, yet they have one common property. Can anybody tell me what is that? Although they are very different from each other, yet there is some similarity between all these three. Non-living, okay. Okay, Kevin is saying non-living. Yes. Something more, dive more deeper, look at the structure. Shubhranshu, Samagna, Samriddhi. Okay, very good, very good. Some more answers I need. Some more answers, Shubhranshu, Samagna, Lakshay. I want you people also to participate, to interact in the class. Okay, so yes, very good. Samriddhi has. Okay, I'll wait for Samagna to write. She is writing down something. So let's see. Any other common property which you can see from here? Any other common property? Okay, so students, Samriddhi has given the precise correct answer to this. Very good, that they all are made up of bricks. Yes, so just like students, these different structures, they are different in shape and size, yet they have one common property, that is they are made up of bricks. Similarly, human beings, which differ in shape, size, even when we compare human beings with animals, human beings with plants. So all living organisms on this earth, whether they differ in shape, size, or any of other property, they are all made up of cells. Okay, so just like the bricks are the basic building blocks, so just like we can say from here that bricks are the basic building blocks, similarly, there are so many living beings which are present on the surface of this earth, and they differ in size and shape, yet again they are all made up of the same building blocks, and those building blocks are called as cells. Okay, understood everyone? So from here, have you got a perspective that what exactly are the cells? Okay, now moving ahead. How do we define a cell? So students, this is being asked in 1 mark question in your examination, that cell is the common basic structural and functional unit of living beings. Now here, three things are important. Common. That means whether we talk of plants, whether we talk of animals, whether we talk of humans, or whether we talk of any living organism on the surface of earth, they're all made up of cells. Common. The second important thing to note down here is structural. That means eventually cells make up the structure of the living organisms. And the third important thing to note down here is functional. That means we humans, for example, are working on our whole. We are going somewhere, we are doing locomotion, we are eating something, whether we are sleeping, everything in our body, if we see, is occurring where, at which level? It is occurring at a cellular level. So we have different cells present in our body which are performing their own function. For example, when we are moving, we are using our muscles, muscles of leg, muscles of hand for aiding the motion. If, for example, we are eating, then what is happening? Our muscles, or particularly our mouth, is functioning. So different cells which are present in different parts of the body, they are performing their own different functions, and eventually because of this coordinated function of different cells, the organism is able to perform the function. Okay, understood everyone? Show me thumbs up if it's clear. Show me thumbs up if it's clear, students. Or you can type yes in the chat box. Okay. I want answers from everyone, whether have you understood or not, that is absolutely okay, but I want answers, okay, so that I can get a clarity where my students' current level is. Yes, Shubhranshu is given, Kevin, Samagna and Samriddhi. I hope you people have understood. Respond in the chat box. Okay. Now, students, moving ahead, let's see when and how was the cell discovered. So first of all, I want all of you to make 2 columns, or rather make 3 columns in your notebook. So what you will do, you will write year in one of the columns. In second column, you will write the name of the scientist. And in third column, you will write the name of the discovery. Okay, so everyone in your notebooks, make 3 columns like this. Okay, make 3 columns like this. That's how you will be able to memorize it. So you make 3 columns like this, and in the first column, you will write year, second scientist, and the third one is the discovery. Okay, so now I'm erasing this. So first of all, in the year 1665, what happened in the year 1665? There was a scientist whose name was Robert Hooke. Now, Robert Hooke, he observed a thin slice of cork. Now, what is this cork? So, students, most of you have heard or most of you have seen the outer woody portion, the brown portion of the tree. How many of you have seen this? So not all plants will which grow in the nature, they have this brown stem. Some have green fleshy stem, whereas some trees they grow larger and they have large amount of wood, brown wood present in their stem. How many of you have seen that? I think everyone must have seen that. Yes, everyone? Kevin, Shubhranshu, Samagna, Samriddhi. Have you seen that? The brown woody portion of a tree. Yes, yes. So student, that refers to the cork or the bark of a tree. So you can see from here, okay, that is in common language also called as chal. Chal is another common term which is used for that. So you can see from here, this brown portion that is called as the bark or cork of a tree. Now you have the Robert Hooke scientist took a section of this and he saw this section of cork in a self-designed microscope. Okay, so now basically Robert Hooke was not the inventor of microscope, but using these simple things which were present in his home, in his lab, he constructed something which could magnify the cork of a tree. Okay, so you can see from here using this simple apparatus, he magnified or he zoomed into the portion of that cork. And what does he see from there? What does he made himself? Yes. So he designed a very simple apparatus to zoom in basically what is present in that particular section of cork. Yes. Okay, got it, Shubhranshu? Yes. Now, students, most of you get confused that, ma'am, whether he was the inventor of microscope. No, he was not the inventor of microscope. Basically, most of you must have seen that magnifying glass, which is commonly present in households. So just like that, using these simple things which are present in his home, some mirrors, some ray of light, he basically tried to zoom in that section of the cork. Okay, he did not invent the microscope. Now, using this, what did he saw when he zoomed into that portion of the cork? What did he saw? He saw structures like these. Yes. Now, where else have you seen structures like this? Can anybody answer? Where have you seen structures like this in your normal life? Can anybody answer? Honeycomb. Okay. Honeycomb. So basically, if I ask you, so now honeycomb, most of you are saying because you have read the book. But to me, whenever I look at this structure, the first thing which comes in my mind is a beehive. Beehive. The nest of a bee. Okay. So whenever I look at this structure, I see or basically I remember a beehive. Okay. The bees which or reside in these type of structures. So yes, these type of structures now in scientific language, you can call these as honeycombs. But whenever I ask a student who has not gone through the book, the first thing the student says is a beehive. Okay. So now students, if you zoom into this particular structure, so what did he saw? There were empty compartments present. So one individual compartment was present and each individual compartment was empty. Okay. Now, if I ask you why must these compartments or why these compartments would have been empty, you are magnifying a section of cork here and what you are seeing here are empty compartments. Why? Can anybody answer? Why empty compartments? Think of this. Why empty? So by now, most of you must have gone through the structure of cell. In cell, you have various cell organelles present. In cell, you have you have protoplasm present, you have nucleus, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum. Everything is present inside a cell. But here, if you are zooming in the section of cork, then you are finding empty compartments to store energy in them. No. Energy. Why energy? Why does a plant need to store energy like this? So basically, students, now we come to this conclusion that these cells are dead cells. Yes, the cells of the wood, the cells of the bark or cork of a tree, they are dead cells. That's why these were empty. Okay. And each individual compartment, they resembled like honeycombs. That's how the structure of a honeycomb also looks like. He labeled them as cells. So now Robert Hooke named them as cells. Now, what does cell means? So, students, cell in Latin means small rooms. So, basically, we see that whenever in jail, particularly in jail, there are small cells present for the prisoners. Small rooms where the prisoners, they are put in, where they are being held captive. Okay. So, those small rooms, he named them as cells, similar to that they are resembling cells. Okay. So now students, based on this, let's quickly solve this question. I hope most of you must have understood this.
Robert Hooke.
Lakshya, what your answer? Robert Hooke. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone else, Kevin, Shubhranshu, Samriddhi. Okay. Okay. Very good. Samagna. Robert Hooke. Yes. Himanshu. Himanshu. Okay, so yes, well done everyone. The correct answer to this is Robert Hooke. Very good, well done everyone. Students, are you people understanding? Have you people understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Lakshay. Everyone else? Either unmute yourself or either type it in the chat box, okay? Okay, now moving ahead. Solve this question. Okay.
Ma'am, A. I think A.
Okay, Lakshay is saying option number A. Okay, rest all of you? Shubhranshu is saying option number D. Very good, Samriddhi D. Himanshu is also saying option number D. Kevin is saying option number D and Samagna is saying option number D. Now, Lakshay, let's revisit your answer. Now, Robert Hooke observed what? What did Robert Hooke took a section of? A slice of or a section of cork or bark of the tree. Okay, so the correct answer to this would be option number D, cork. Okay, now whenever we look at the structure, it's okay, Lakshay, no need to apologize. It's absolutely okay. There's no need to apologize. Just correct the answer. I hope you have understood. So that is option number D, cork. Okay, now students, one more thing. Whenever we see or whenever we try to see or look at the structure of the plant bark, when we are observing the bark of the plant, then the cells, they are dead. They are linearly arranged, they are uniformly arranged. But whenever we try to look at the living cells, for example, if we scratch the inner lining of our cheeks, that those are living cells, and we put it on the slide and observe it under the microscope, then in particularly inner lining of cheek, you will see irregular shaped cells. Okay, so please remember this from here, that the living cells, they might be irregularly shaped, for example, in the inner lining of the cheek. Okay, now moving ahead to the cell theory. So initially, now we have just read that the Robert Hooke was the first scientist, and in which year Robert Hooke discovered the cell? Now I had asked you people to make 3 columns. From this, I would get an idea who all are making those notes, who all are actually making those columns.
1665.
Yes, very good. 1665. Very good, everyone. Lakshya, very good. Shubhranshu, Samriddhi, Samagna, very good. So the correct answer is 1665. Yes. So please make those 3 columns in the order which I have told you and start filling those 3 columns. Okay. So in the year 1665, initially Robert Hooke discovered this cell. Now various scientists, they came with their own theories regarding these studies of cells. So just like whenever things get discovered, whenever a thing gets discovered, now what do? People start making discoveries on that. People start researching on the cell. So when scientists they researched on the cell, they came across various theories. So initially there were two scientists, M.J. Leiden and Theodor Schwann. You may not need to remember the full names. All you need to remember is Leiden and Schwann. Okay, remember these surnames, Leiden and Schwann. In which year? In the year 1838 to 1839, they were the first two scientists who gave cell theory. Cell theory was proposed by them. Okay, Leiden and Schwann. Now, what did they propose? So they said that all plants and animals, they are composed of cells. So whether you look at the animals, whether you look at plants, whether you look at bacteria, whether you look at humans, whether you look at any living being present on the surface of the earth. Yes, 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 Kevin, please write it down. Yes. So in 1838 to 1839, two scientists, Leiden and Schwann. So now I have told you to make three columns. So in the year, write 1838 to 1839. Scientist name, write Leiden and Schwann. And what did they discover? They gave cell theory. Okay, so that's how you are going to make your notes. In the discovery section, write cell theory. And what exactly is cell theory? That all plants and animals, they are made up of cells, and cell is the fundamental unit of life. Okay, got it? So this was the cell theory which was given by Leiden and Schwann. So now I say that human beings are made up of cells. Plants are made up of cells. But how do these cells get originated? So a major disadvantage of this theory was that it did not explain the origin of cells. It did not explain the origin of cells from where these cells are arising. Okay, so remember this often comes in your examination. What is cell theory? So basically cell theory was given by Leiden and Schwann in the year 1838 to 1839, and it states that all organisms, all living plants or animals, they are composed of cells, and cell is the basic unit of life. Now the next question which comes is, what was its disadvantage? So the disadvantage was that it did not explain the origin of cells. Okay, got it everyone? Have you understood till now? Have you
Yes,
understood
ma'am.
till now, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone? Okay, Lakshya has understood. Everyone else? Unmute yourself or either type it in the chat box. It's equally okay. Okay, so now students, what happened? You can see from here whether it is animal, they're all made up of cells. But this was the disadvantage. So now eventually this disadvantage was also removed by Rudolf Virchow. So now in the year 1885, so now write down the next third point, 1885, Rudolf Virchow removed this advantage by saying what? He modified this cell theory and he said that all cells, they arise from pre-existing cells. Okay, so now he explained the origin of cells, that for a cell to arise, a cell should be present already. He also gave this term as omnis cellula, E cellula. So that is the one marker question, which is most favorite question of your in-house examination, of competitive examination. To your surprise, even this was asked once in medical examination. Yes, this was also asked once in your NEET examination, that omnis cellula acellula was term given by whom? Rudolf Virchow, and it meant that all cells, they arise from pre-existing cells. What does this mean? Omnis cellula acellula means that all cells, they arise from pre-existing cells. Got it everyone? So till now in your column you must have gotten the 3 years and 3 scientists name and their 3 important discoveries. Got it? Quickly show me a thumbs up if it's clear, everyone. Quickly show me a thumbs up, everyone. Everyone, quickly show me a thumbs up if it's clear. Or do you want me to repeat something? Okay. Samagna, Shubhranshu, Kevin. Okay, Kevin has already given it. Okay. So you can see from here, all cells, they are getting arise from the pre-existing cells. Now came other scientists. So now in your column on the left-hand side, write down the name of the air. So now Robert Hooke, this we have already covered. Leeuwenhoek was the name of another scientist, Leeuwenhoek. Now Leeuwenhoek in 1674, he discovered living cells in the pond water. He was the first scientist, Leeuwenhoek, who observed first living cells in the water. Yes, he was the first scientist who saw living cells in the pond water, and he named those living cells as animalcules. Okay, in which year? In 1674. So now on the fourth point, write down 1674, name of the scientist Leeuwenhoek, and what did he discover? He saw live cells or living cells in the pond water, which he called them as animalcules. Now comes the next scientist in the year 1831, Robert Brown, and Robert Brown discovered the nucleus of the cell. So now write down 1831, name of the scientist Robert Brown, and discovery was discovered nucleus. The last one is Purkinje. So Purkinje in the year 1839. So write down the year 1839. Scientist Purkinje, and what do we have to write? He coined the term protoplasm. So protoplasm term was given by Purkinje. Got it, everyone? Have you written this? Yes, everyone clear? Named. See, something was
Yes,
already
ma'am.
present. He simply saw it whenever he zoomed into the structure of the cell. He saw that there is a liquid matrix present inside the cell, and he called it as the protoplasm. The liquid part. Liquid part must have been seen by various other scientists who were already working on it. So he simply said that this living term that is called as the protoplasm, Purkinje. Got it? So he coined the term protoplasm. Okay, everyone. Kevin, got it? Okay. So now, students, based on this, now let's quickly solve some questions. Okay. Okay, students, can you unmute yourself and then answer?
Ma'am, A. Ma'am, A.
Okay, Lakshya is saying option number A. Samriddhi, Himanshu. Even if you are writing it in chat, it's absolutely okay. I have no problem with that. Okay. So yes, well done, students. Most of you have written Rudolf Virchow. I think everyone has written. So well done. The correct answer is option number A, Rudolf Virchow. Next, solve this. Match the following. Take your time. Sorry.
Ma'am, B. Ma'am, B.
Okay. Lakshya is saying option number B. Okay, Kevin, no problem. No, it's absolutely okay, bache. It's absolutely okay. Shubhranshu is saying option number B. Hannah is saying option number B. Very good. Samriddhi, option number B. Samagna, let's wait for your answer as well. And we will see. Okay, Samagna is also saying option number B. Himanshu is saying also option number B. So yes, well done. The correct answer is option number B. Well done, everyone. I'm so proud of all of you. Now, coming to the next part. So now with the discovery of electron microscope, so now various scientists, they were coming in, various scientists, they were observing the structure of the cell, and finally With the discovery of electron microscope in 1940, the complex structure of a cell became more clear. So now students, if you can see from here, that's how a cell looks like under the microscope. Okay. So that's the view of a cell under a microscope. So with the invent of the electron microscope, eventually the complex structure of the cell, it became more clear. So now students, living organisms, they are now, when we are talking about when we have discovered the structure of the cell. So now living organisms, they can be classified into two types. Either they can be unicellular, that means they have just one cell present in their body, or we can say that the one cell is itself working as the complete organism, more or less similar. Whereas in multicellular organism, just like humans, plants, animals, different cells in our body, we have billions and trillions of cells present, and all of them are working in collaboration with each other. Okay. Now let's talk about unicellular organism. So here only single cell is present, just one cell, and it is performing all the functions of life. It is performing, it is doing everything. The example of living unicellular is, for example, chlamydomonas, paramecium, bacteria. So you can see that one bacteria is a small cell which you cannot see from your naked eye. It is roaming, it is present everywhere around you, and it is doing its all functions on its own. However, when we talk about multicellular organisms, now students, if I ask you, think on this, that if we take one cell out of your body and we keep it in the environment, will it be able to survive on its own? Yes. Will it be able to survive on its own? If we take just one cell out of our body and we keep it in the environment, will it be able to survive on its own? Yes or no? No. Why? Because it has the habit of working in collaboration with other cells. It depends on other factors as well. It needs digested food. It needs everything for its survival. Whereas a unicellular cell performs all the functions on its own. Whereas these cells in a multicellular organism, they work in collaboration with others. So the various examples are fungi, plants, and animals. Now moving ahead to the last part, shapes of cells for today's class. So different cells, depending on the different functions they have performed, they are of different shapes as well. For example, columnar cells. Columnar cells, example is epithelial cells. So you can see epithelial cells, long column-like structures are present. Okay. So their main role is to support what? To support the skin. Epithelial cells. So the cells are quite long and narrow in nature. The next is circular biconcave cells. So circular biconcave cells are examples of your RBCs. So RBCs are present. RBCs are shaped like this. Why? To carry more oxygen in themselves. Okay. Next type of cells are your spindle shaped cells. So they are just shaped like a spindle. Example, so spindle you can see something from which you weave the threads. Example are your smooth muscle cells. So smooth muscle cells, they are spindle shaped cells. Next is oval shaped cells. Example ovum or egg cell which is present in females. Okay. Next are your irregular shaped cells. Example amoeba. So they are irregular shaped cells. They do not have any defined shape, any defined boundary. Next are your circular cells. Example fat cells. So various adipose cells which are present in your body which store fat, they are circular in nature. Next is branch cells, example nerve cells. So you can see the various branches which are present of these cells. These are branched nerve cells. Next is your spiral cells, spring shaped cells. Example is spirillum bacteria. So that is a spiral shaped bacteria. And the last one is rectangular, example cells of the spirogyra. Okay. Now, one more, rod-shaped bacillus bacteria. So these are various. You just need to remember 2-3 examples from here. These are just to show you that what are the various shapes of the cells which are present in the nature. So depending on the specific function which the cell is performing, its shape can get changed. Okay, got it everyone? So now students, okay, so now let's conclude what all have we studied in today's class. Who discovered cell? Who discovered cell? Robert Hooke. Very good. In which year? In which year? I want answers from everyone. In which year? 1665. Very good. Who discovered nucleus? Who discovered nucleus? Who discovered nucleus?
Robert Brown.
Very good. Robert Brown. Very good. Year, remember this. Who gave cell theory? The name of the scientists? Who gave cell theory? The name of the scientists?
Swan Nicholas.
Schwann and Lakshya. You need to memorize the full name. So just revise whatever I have taught in today's class. Who gave cell theory? Leyden and Schwann. Very good. Leyden and Schwann. And who gave the term omnis cellula e cellula? Who gave the term omnis cellula e cellula? Rudolf Virchow. Very good. So now students, okay, okay. So students, once you log into the Q&A platform, you will get a dashboard like this. Now you can go to the practice session custom. So now let's say go to the science section. Now you can see from here various chapters which are present. Then you will go to the fundamental unit of life. This is the current chapter which we are studying. Topics are present here. Now let's say, for example, select this topic and practice for selected topics. Now, can you solve this? Very simple question. Can you solve this?
Ma'am, it can't visible.
Why? Okay. It is said that, okay, some of you have already answered it. See, there is 0.05 mm width. If you magnify it 100 times, what it would be? So I have already got the answer, 5 mm. Now I'm just marking the answer which you people are giving. Now let's go to the another question. Anything which you might think is the correct answer for this. Now, eventually with time, you people will be able to solve all these questions. But for now, just answer this question, whatever you think it might be the answer. Go through the points. Okay, someone is saying option number C. Animal cells are larger than plant cells. Okay, everyone is saying option number C. Okay, now I am marking this answer, submit test. So the correct, one question is correct, one question is incorrect. Now you can go to the review questions tab. You can see first question was absolutely correct. Second, so we are comparing onion peel and cheek cells, okay? And what does it differentiate between? It shows that plant cells, they have a rigid structure. So just like I told you that if you take the inner slice or inner section of your cheek, then you will see irregular shaped cells. Whereas if you take a look at the structure of the plant cells, if you're analyzing the slice of the cork, they were all arranged very uniformly. Why? Because they have an outer cell wall present. So it's absolutely okay if you are not able to solve this question now, because eventually when we'll cover the entire topic, then you will be able to solve all these questions. So students, that's how you can practice unlimited time on our Q&A platform. And in next class, what all are we going to study, students? So now we would be covering various cell organelles in one-to-one manner. Okay, so in next class, we would be picking up various cell organelles. Okay, so students, have you enjoyed the class? Please fill the Google form which is available to you, which is provided in the chat. So everyone, please fill that form. I hope you people have enjoyed the class. Have you enjoyed the class? Yes or no,
Yes,
everyone?
ma'am.
Okay. Okay, Kevin. Okay, thank you for responding, students. Kevin, for this, we will be providing you a username and password, and that's how you can attempt the questions. And please fill the Google form, which is provided to you in the chat section. So everyone, please take out 30 seconds, more than 15 seconds time you will not take. So please fill that Google form, which is present in your chat. Okay. So with this, everyone, any doubts? We will do that very shortly, students. Very shortly. Any doubts? Anyone else?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So with this, thank you everyone. Bye-bye. And I'll see you in next class. Till then, keep studying, stay focused.